teacher, what is the difference between politics and the science of politics? He asks if it's important for a Muslim to know the science of politics. Of course it's important. The politics we know today has nothing to do with the science of politics. When Bediüzzaman prayed, he would say, I seek refuge in Allah from Satan once. But he would say, I seek refuge in Allah from politics 3 times. That's what politics is like. There's no loyalty. The person he stepped on yesterday, he doesn't even recognize the next day. They prefer those whose wallets are thick. Unfortunately, no one values a person's knowledge or wisdom. Let me give you an example of how knowledge fares in politics. I read this somewhere years ago. There was a Sheikh who had a student, it is said. The student studied, and when he was about to return to his hometown, he became a teacher. His Sheikh said to him, my child, if you allow me, let me also teach you the politics of knowledge. He replied, teacher, what do I have to do with the politics of knowledge? I've learned what I needed to learn. All right, then may God keep you safe, the Sheikh said. On his way back to his hometown, he stopped by a municipality, for example. It happened to be a Friday. Now, a mediocre preacher like me is giving a sermon on the pulpit. It's Friday, so the man, having studied knowledge, is watching just like all the other teachers. The preacher is speaking inaccurately. He said, oh, congregation, he says, this preacher of yours is a very sincere person, but he's lying. Oh, my. How can you say that about our preacher? They beat him up. But he says, hey, I just told the truth. Look at the outcome. Why are you beating the donkey in the garden? For what reason? He says, the marketing board is over. He goes to his Sheikh. Master, he says, you taught me the science of politics. Anyway, the Sheikh teaches him as well. Months go by and he passes by the same place again. He says, it's Friday again. I have to go. The preacher is giving his sermon again. He says, oh, congregation, your preacher here is such a blessed person. He says, anyone who takes a strand from his hair or beard will earn paradise. Well, let them rejoice for a moment at getting into paradise so easily. But in 5 minutes, they plucked the preacher bald. He says, look at how he got his revenge. No worries. This is the science of politics. Let's not dig too deep into it.